In this video, I'm gonna share 16 Canva tips and tricks that you probably don't know yet. In this list of tips and tricks, I'm gonna share new features and hidden tools, including new AI features in Canva. Make sure you stay until the end so you don't miss any of them. And if you are ready for this tutorial, let's go to my computer. We have 16 tips today, and I'm gonna start with a couple of simple ones for the Canva newbies. But if you feel that you are a Canva expert, I do recommend that you watch the whole video because I'm sure that you are going to learn something new today. Here's tip number 1. If you didn't know, there is a new button in Canva that adds an outline to your text with just one click. So you can go from a simple text like this to a trendy one like this one. Let me show you. Here I have an empty Canva document, and I'm gonna add a new text box by pressing the key T. I'm gonna change the text, and now by having the text box selected, I'm gonna go to the toolbar and click on effects. As you can see here, we now have a new text effect called outline. When we click here, we are automatically adding an outline to our text. We can adjust the thickness of the outline, and we can also change the color. So let me change the color of the outline to black and then the inside of the text to yellow. For this, I'm clicking on the color option on the toolbar and select yellow. As simple as that, we have created this trendy text effect in Canva, and the whole process was completely free. Tip number 2 has me pretty excited because it is a trendy effect widely used on social media. It is pretty similar to tip number 1 in the sense that Canva added a new button to the platform for us to add this outline with just one click, and we can also decide on the color of the outline. So you can transform a simple photo like this one to a very eye-catchy photo like this one on the right. First, we need a photo without a background. And if you don't know how to remove the background on your photos, stay watching this video because I'm gonna show you later how to do it. The difference between having a photo with the background and one without is that, for example, on the image on the left, when we add the effect on the image, the outline will appear on this border, which is square, and we won't have the cool effect of the outline around the subject. The image on the right is the photo without the background, and this is the photo that we'll use on the design that I'm going to show you now. This is the design that I'm going to use for this little project. I found this template on the Canva library. I left a link in the description of this video in case that you want to use exactly the same template. And something that I want to mention is that this template is available for Canva Pro users. By having the photo selected, go to the toolbar and then select Edit Photo. Now under Effects, click on Shadows, and in here you'll see the new button called Outline. And now with just one click, we have added an outline to our image. You'll see that we have some adjustment settings on the left, and we can change the color from here. I'm gonna change the color to white. On the same menu, you can also change the size and add a blur effect to the outline to come up with different styles. And as simple as that, this outline has added an eye-catchy effect to my thumbnail. I think this design looks pretty good, and it is very close to the original one, so I'm very happy with the results. What do you think about this new feature? The third tip is to create custom gradients in Canva. This wasn't possible before. We had to use third-party platforms to create our custom gradients and then upload them to Canva. But now we have access to this new feature in Canva to create our own custom gradients for free, and I think you will find it very useful if you like working with branded colors like we do. I have a blank Canva document here, and I would like to add a gradient to the background. Click on the background, then go to the color button on the toolbar, and then click on this plus icon. You'll see that you are under the solid color tab, and next to it there is a new tab called gradient. When you click on this tab, you have access now to the gradient features. You can change the colors from here and add more than 2 colors to your gradients. You can also create different styles of gradients, so let's give it a go. Select the first color to change it, You can add a hex code from here, or you can also add a random color by playing with the sliders right here. A good thing here is that you can add transparency to your gradient. This wasn't possible before. I'm going with the color picker to select a light shade of our branded green, and for the second color I'm going for a darker shade of the same green. And as I mentioned, you have 5 different styles. You can select from these different styles by clicking on these little thumbnails. You have 3 different linear gradient styles and 2 circular gradient styles. If you want to learn more about gradients, you can go to this video right to this minute, in which Ronnie explains all the different ways in which you can use these gradients in Canva. I know that many people love using gradients in their designs, and it's quite trendy right now. Even Canva loves using gradients, but I know that not many people love gradients. So I would like to know, what do you guys think about this feature and if you are going to use it or not. The tip number 4 is a new AI feature in Canva called Magic Write. If you don't know what Magic Write is, it's basically an AI text generator. You can simply write a prompt and Canva will help you write copy, blog outlines, lists, bio captions, content ideas, brainstorms, and more in just a couple of seconds. And this one is available only for Canva Pro users. If you have a Canva free account and would love to try this feature out, we have a 45-day free trial in the description of this video. So how do you access Magic Write in Canva? I'm gonna use this template to show you how fast I can create a new piece of content in Canva. If you want to use this template that I'm showing you here, I left the link in the description. This is available for Canva Pro users. Okay, let's customize this template. And now I'm gonna add a new page to ask Canva to write the content for this carousel. So this is an Instagram carousel. Let me show you the design. We have 3 ways to practice wellness. In this case, I want to create something completely different. So let's make this carousel about 3 tips on how to get the best Chihuahua. Then we go to page number 1, and now let's access Magic Write. You will see that on the bottom right corner there is a sparkle icon. This is called the Canva Assistant. When you click on this icon, you will have access to several recommendations, and you will see Magic Write here. This is available for Canva Pro users. If you don't see Magic Write in here, you can type Magic Write and Canva will show this action. Click on Magic Write, and from here we can ask Canva to write 3 tips on how to get a Chihuahua. And before you hit enter, you would like to make sure that your prompt makes sense. So I'm gonna ask Canva to write 3 tips on how to get a Chihuahua, and then I'm gonna press return. As you can see, as simple as that, Canva was able to generate 3 ideas or 3 tips on how to get a Chihuahua, and this will help me a lot to build a new carousel. So I can take a look, I can read this content, see if I like it, if I will be able to use it, and then I can start building my carousel. So I think I can use this on my second page. So the first tip is to research, and then I can read the content and paste it on my first tip. I'm gonna continue doing this. I'm also going to the element section. I'm gonna search for Chihuahua puppy pictures. Let's go to photos. I'm gonna go to my design and start adding some photos, and I will have a new carousel in just a couple of minutes. I am done with my new Chihuahua carousel. We have 3 tips to find your perfect baby Chihuahua. I adjusted some of the text here and there, and I added the photos on this carousel. So now I have this cute piece of content. I'm gonna show it to Ronnie to see what he thinks and if I finally can get him to agree on getting a Chihuahua. So now let me show you how this carousel ended up looking and the before. With just a couple of minutes and thanks to Magic Write, I was able to create a completely new piece of content. I have more AI tips that I'll be sharing during the video, so if you want to see them all, stay watching until the end. For now, let's go to tip number 5. This is a new addition in Canva called layers. I have a couple of shapes in here. We have two different rectangles, both have the same color, so I don't know which one is behind which. And also I have a photo behind my star shape. I cannot access my photo because every time that I click on the photo, my star gets selected. So we have access to the arrange feature in Canva to bring some elements behind and some elements forward. So by selecting my star shape, in this case, I'm going to position, and in here we have access to the arrange feature. So I can bring the star backward and start playing around with the position of the elements. But this is not very helpful if you have a lot of elements on your design. So Canva created a new feature called layers. In here we can see the position of each of our elements, and it is going to make it so easy if you are going to be designing with a lot of elements, because you can see them right here and you can play around with the position of your elements by just moving these blocks right here. So if I were to bring my photo behind the star, I just need to bring this block below the star. This means that my star is forward and my photo is behind, and all of these elements are right behind or stacked behind these other elements. I know that a lot of Canva users requested this feature again and again to Canva, and I'm really happy that they finally launched it. I also would like to know if you were one of those people that were waiting for Canva to launch layers. Let me know in the comments. I actually was one of them. The tip number 6, if you didn't know, is that now you have access to the most iconic fonts inside the Canva library. Exactly, we have 1100 new iconic fonts, and I mean like the most iconic fonts, like for example Arial, Avenir, Courier, Helvetica. These fonts are designers' favorites, and I know that 1100 fonts are a bunch of different fonts, and it can be very overwhelming trying to find the name of the font and search it inside the Canva library. But Canva created an article to make our lives easier. They have created 32 templates using these fonts. So I'm gonna share the link of this article in the description. I'm gonna show you quickly the set of templates that they have in here, because the fonts that they have selected are really amazing. Tip number 6 is that you can remove the background of your photos inside Canva. I know that many people already know about this feature, but at the same time, a lot of people don't know yet that this is possible inside Canva. This is a Canva Pro feature, meaning the paid version of Canva. And let me show you how easy it is to remove the background of a photo. So I'm gonna leave the same photo on the left hand side so you can see the before, and now let's use the feature on this photo so you can see the after. I'm gonna select the photo and then go to edit photo on the toolbar, and then you will see that we have the BG or background remover feature right here. You just need to click on this thumbnail and then Canva will do its magic and it will remove the background of the photo. It was as simple as that. It took just a couple of seconds and we now have the photo without the background. I'm gonna change the color of the background on this page so you can see that it actually doesn't have a background, and you can play around with this image so you can create amazing designs. I know that many people, including me, love removing backgrounds, and you can also remove the background of your video in Canva. This is a new feature that I love. It is also available for Canva Pro users, so let me show you how it works. I have a video of a lady dancing in here, and I'm gonna leave the video on the left to show you how it looked before and how it looks without the background. You need to follow the same steps as the previous tip. You are going to select your video, and this time on the toolbar you'll see, instead of edit photo, edit video. You would like to make sure that you are under the effects tab, and then you will see the background remover feature right here. You click on this feature and Canva will remove the background in a fraction of a second. This was actually faster than the photo. Let me show you how this one looks without the background. I believe this one made an amazing job. Let me also change the color of the background so you can see clearly that this one doesn't have a background. Tip number 9 is also related to video, and this one will allow you to change the look on your videos. This wasn't possible before. These are new tools, so that's why I find them relevant to show them to you now. You're going to select your video, go to edit video. This time, instead of going to the effects tab, we are going to open the tab next to it called adjust. From here we can adjust all of these sliders or the ones that you need in order to recreate a different aesthetic on your video. On this one I'm going to adjust the brightness. I'm gonna add a little bit of fade and then some saturation and vibrance. I think I'm gonna add some warmness to the video, and you can see that it already looks quite different. Take a look at the before and after so you can appreciate the different style that we have created in Canva with these new tools. The tip number 10 is that with a new AI tool in Canva, you can insert or change elements in photos. So let's take a look at this photo. I don't have anything in my hand, but I could add anything that I want to the photo thanks to this feature. This is like you asking this AI to use Photoshop and insert anything that you want. So I'm gonna select my photo right here, go to edit photo, and this time we are going to use Magic Edit. This feature is free and available to all Canva users. So let's click on Magic Edit to have access to these settings. Okay, I'm gonna brush over the area where I want to add something. So let me make this brush a little bit bigger. Let's say that I want to add a burger on top of my hand. So I would say my burger should have this size. Let's click continue, and now I'm gonna add or describe what do I want to add in this brushed area. So I'm gonna type burger and then click generate. Canva is doing its magic, and now we are going to have 4 different options of a burger right here. You can try the different options and see which one looks better on your design. We have the first option right here. You can see it on your image on the right hand side. These 2 first options I don't really like because they look kind of blue, so not very delicious, I would say, but let me try these other 2 options. I would say that the last one, it looks very realistic. So let's go for this one and click done. So what do we think about the before and after? Did you already know about this feature before, or this is something new that you are just learning today? Let me know in the comments. On tip number 11, we have another new AI feature in Canva. This one is available for Canva Pro users, the paid version of Canva, and this one is called Magic Erase. This one also works like Photoshop, but simplified because we are going to ask AI to remove things on our photos. Let's take this example. We are next to the Opera House. This is a lovely photo. This was a beautiful sunset, but of course Sydney has a lot of people on the streets and we have people in the back of our photo. So let's try this magic eraser to remove these people from the photo and see how it looks. Select the photo and then go to the toolbar and open Edit Photo. You would like to make sure that you are under Effects and then select Magic Eraser. And then you just need to brush over the image where you want to remove subjects or elements. You can also adjust the size of the brush if you want to be more precise. So let's start with this person right here. Let's wait a second and see what happens. Voila, we don't have this lady in the background anymore. Let's try again with this other person. And there you go. I will just continue until I have erased these 2 people and I will show you the before and the after. And this is the before and after. What do you think about this feature? I think this is a very powerful feature because it is going to save us a lot of time and money. If you didn't know, you can ask Canva to translate your designs. This is pretty easy and this feature is available to all Canva users. This is tip number 12, so let me show you how it works. Here I am in canva.com. I'm under the presentations tab and I'm going to select a random presentation template right here. Let's go for this one. And now how do we ask Canva to translate this design or this slide right here? I'm gonna go to apps and then let's type translate. Hit enter and you will see this icon. Click on it. Canva is going to translate from, I'm gonna leave it to automatically detect, and then you have the option to select a language to translate to. So I'm gonna use Spanish and then apply to page. In here we only have one page, but if you were to have multiple pages, you can select all the pages that you want to translate. If you are a Canva free user, you can translate up to 50 pages for life. And if you have a Canva Pro account, Canva for teams, Canva for nonprofits, or Canva for education, you can translate up to 500 pages monthly. Once you have all these settings ready, you are going to click translate and wait for Canva to do its magic. This took literally like 1 second and we have now the version in Spanish. ¿Cómo hacer una presentación parlante? I think this is not a great translation. We will need to adjust the translation, I guess, the same way as we will fix translations that we do on Google Translate. This is not perfect, but I guess it is going to save us a lot of time. This tip will allow you to create new images that are not available in the Canva library. Maybe you need something very specific and you don't know where to find this image. You can create it thanks to AI and thanks to this new AI feature in Canva. Go to apps on the left hand side and type text to image. You will have this icon, click on it, and then from here you can describe the image you want and Canva will create it for you. So you can include objects, colors, locations, surroundings, people, and then you can select any of these styles. You can click on see all to see more styles, and then you can also select an aspect ratio. I would like to have an image of a bear riding a bicycle because I have never seen that, so I would like to see what Canva creates for me. On the style, I will go for playful to see what Canva is going to create, and then square aspect ratio. Create your image and we will have 4 different options right here. All of them look really cute. It's just one that it is not a bear, but I have 3 images that are very good, so let me show them to you. If you want to bring this image to your design, you just need to click on the thumbnail and Canva will bring it to the design automatically. Here you have the 3 different options. I know that many of you already knew about text to image. We already talked about it in the channel, but if you didn't know about text to image, please let us know in the comments. I would like to hear if this is something new that you are just learning now. If you didn't know, you can draw in Canva, and this is actually a new feature. We used to have an older version of this drawing tool, which was okay, but I was not happy with the outcome. So I'm gonna show you the new tools and I'm gonna show you why this is amazing. On the left hand side, we have a new icon called Draw. When you click on the icon, this little menu will open and you will have 3 different brushes. Let me show you the different options that we have in here. I would say this one is more like a pencil, this is like a marker, and this one a highlighter. And we also have an eraser, so if you created something that you didn't like, you can erase it with this tool right here. I really love this new drawing feature in Canva because you can play around with the thickness of the brushes. So take a look at this stroke that I'm going to make. If I'm slower at the beginning, I will have a thicker stroke, and if I move faster my mouse, you will see that this part of the line is thicker than this one right here. What I really love about this tool right here is, let me show you. Let's say that I want to draw a little heart right here. When I take it with this cursor, I can actually increase the size of my drawing, and this is not going to lose any quality. As you can see, I have stretched this heart a lot and the lines still look perfect. This is kind of like a vector inside Canva because it is not losing any quality. Tip number 15 is related to this tool right here, and it is going to allow us to create almost perfect shapes. If I were to draw a circle, this one looks good but is not very perfect. If I wanted to have an almost perfect circle, I just need to draw my circle, and then before releasing my mouse, I simply hold, and as you can see, Canva has helped me create this better looking shape. You can try some other different shapes like squares, rectangles, even stars. Let me show you. There you go. And the last tip of the day, it is that you now can download 4K videos in Canva. This feature is available for Canva Pro users and it is pretty easy to access. Here I have a video document. Go to the navigation bar on top and select share. We're going to download, and from here you can move this slider to the right if you are a Canva Pro user. And now you have activated the 4K quality download on your video. And then you just need to click download. If you enjoyed this tutorial and you learned something new, remember to give us a thumbs up. This is going to help our channel a lot. And if you want to discover more tips and tricks, I'm gonna leave a tutorial in here that you are going to love. If you're still not a member of our channel, I'm gonna leave a link in here so you can learn more about our membership. I guess this is it for today. I really hope you enjoyed this tutorial and hope to see you in the next one. Bye!